Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. I wanted to drop this video on the fastest man in the draft this year, the fastest man in the draft of all time, Xavier Worthy, at least in the 40-yard dash. Now, I have some thoughts about that. I don't necessarily see like the fastest man that I've ever seen play football. I definitely don't see that. If I were to guess, I would say, he's a 4.3 guy. Definitely a speedster. Definitely a speedster. No debate about that. But I don't think I've seen like Chris Johnson fast, John Ross fast. I don't even think I'm seeing Jalen Hyatt fast. And I definitely don't see a Tyreek Hill kind of fast either. But nonetheless, he ran that 4.21, I think it is. And let's look at the tape for Xavier Worthy. So this first play here, he's in motion. He's going to be sort of played head up. This corner is playing a little bit outside. So Xavier Worthy is at the bottom of your screen. And what he's going to do is attack pretty much the middle of the field. So he's getting vertical, but he's also getting vertical and getting inside leverage. So he starts off with this inside leverage and he runs this post right here. So at this point, the DB is completely sold on this. He is selling this very well that he's going inside. And then he just sticks his foot in the ground. Boom. Time and route. And the ball's on time. And he gets his feet down. So he has some nuance. He has some nuance to his game. He's not just a speed guy. He can actually run routes. He has some, again, like some nuance, some more than just, I'm just going to run around this guy or I'm just going to do this. He knows what he's doing out there. So working the leverage against that DB, getting inside, getting outside, getting to the right spot, because that's a complete timing route right there from Quinn Ewers. That's a complete timing route, and he hits him right there on the sideline. So on this particular play, Xavier Worthy's in the slot. I don't know what the defensive coordinator's doing at all. So this guy's manned up here, this guy's manned up here. And on this side of the formation, I can't remember exactly what these guys ended up doing, but there's just like 3 or 4 guys just over here, just playing coverage, like zone coverage right here. It makes no sense to me at all because you have your tight end right there. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get why they played the coverage that they played, especially with the speed that Xavier Worthy has. They're lucky that Worthy just didn't take this up the field, up the middle of the field, because that'd be probably a huge play. They don't send a blitz, so he's got all the time in the world to throw the ball. But the play this time is an out, pretty much just a clear out. He's going to go out, and he's going to run that go route. So Xavier Worthy's running this out route. And just take a look on how Xavier is able to sell this route running up the field. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to pause it. I know some people don't like that, but listen, I got to let y'all see how things are really going. So watch Xavier Worthy come out of this stance. Boom. So look at Xavier Worthy right here. He's giving no signal that he's going to turn this into an out route. This looks like a vertical route. And again, this DB that's across from him is so scared that he's going to get beat deep. Look at the respect that Xavier Worthy is getting right there. So because he's able to sell that he's heading upfield and then cut on a dime, look at that separation. And that's because they're scared of the speed. That's because of good play design against man coverage. And that's because he did a great job selling himself going straight up the field. So we're going to take another look at Xavier Worthy right here, going against Bama in 2022. So he's going to run this post route, and he's going to score here. But the rocker step that he puts on this dude is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. So watch him get upfield. Again, a guy that's immediately able to get that inside leverage. Gets that inside leverage. And this is later on in the game than that first play that I showed you against Bama. Able to get that inside leverage, and last time he took it outside. So he's going to hard step inside and then back outside. And he did it so fast, folks. So hard step inside, selling it like he's going outside, then back inside. And then he's got all that separation. And there you see the speed. I mean, separation instantly. And that quarterback knows to put it right in the back of the end zone. So on this play, Xavier Worthy just uses his speed again. They're playing off. Does a great job selling that he's taking this all the way vertical. And you see at the speed he's going to, he's going to overtake both of these defenders. If he's taking this vertical, it's a touchdown. But he's able to turn around on a dime, make a nice catch, and move the chain. And with any dominant receiver, you're going to need him to be able to take these hits. You're going to need him to catch passes in traffic. And just right here, he shows a little bit of the toughness. Xavier Worthy's going to be at the bottom of your screen. He's just going to run a slant, immediate catch, boom, and takes that hit almost like that guy bounces off of him. Of course, that's not going to happen in NFL, but showing that he can catch the ball in traffic, he's not a guy that just catches it when he's got 5-6 yards of separation, and he's able to hold on and take that hit and deliver that hit, really shows his toughness. All right, so now I'm going to show you pretty much how he's put his speed to use. Again, I don't see him as a guy that's the fastest football player I've ever seen, at least on the football field. But I do see him as a guy that really does have some dangerous speed. So you see the arrow pointed to him now. He's just going to get out of his stance and just run this deep crosser and just look at just like how much stress he puts on this safety. Number 2 who tries to flip his hips. And he still is open right here. If his quarterback is like Patrick Mahomes or some ridiculously talented quarterback, this ball it has a chance to be completed. You got nothing but space and opportunity right around this area. You can put the ball anywhere right here, and he's probably going to be able to run under it. So that just shows the ridiculous amount of speed that he has, that he can definitely run. And he got grabbed right here too, I think. So these next 2 plays, I'm going to just show you how dynamic this guy is. So this is the first play. And mind you, these 2 plays are going to be back to back with each other. So you see Worthy at the bottom of your screen. I'll just let this play. He's just going to outrun this coverage. He's outrunning this coverage. This can be a walk-in touchdown, but the ball's a little bit off the mark. All right, so you saw that. Here's the very next play, folks. Here's the very next play. Another release. Gets the outside this time. And this time the quarterback puts the ball right on him. Right on a perfect throw. Beautiful catch to catch this ball right over your shoulder, off of your feet. Nice catch to go down to the ground and secure it. This is what I'm talking about, folks. Like, you can literally throw him a go ball and it not get completed. And you can just say, you're so fast that we're going to throw you another one. And there you go. And there are a ton of plays just like this. So again, I'll just be kind of just going through these pretty quickly. Xavier Worthy's at the top of your screen. This is not anything crazy, but he does do a good job hesitating at that line of scrimmage, using that split release right there, not knowing which way he's going to go. Is he going to run a slant? Is he going to go? Is he going to turn around? What's he going to do? Is he going out? So split release right there, going straight head up with the corner and attacking back outside and just outrunning him. And you got a catch right there. And again, if that ball is probably placed on the other shoulder, really difficult to make. But good catch and pretty much a good throw too. But you got to think maybe there's a way they could have turned that into a touchdown. And again, same game. This time Quinn Ewers just can't hit him. He just can't hit him. Up, out, and up. And you see Xavier Worthy at the top of your screen is open. But this ball is so far underthrown that it gets picked off. And it goes from what should have been a touchdown to an interception. And I'm not sure why this happened, because Quinn Ewers can throw the football. He can really let it fly. And this might not be Quinn Ewers. I can't tell who it is right here, but I'm pretty sure this is Ewers. I'm mixing things up. But either way, the quarterback wasn't able to get him the football right here. But he's clearly open. All right, so again, here's Xavier Worthy putting on another route running masterclass. He's not like, someone who's going to be the best route runner in the draft or anything like that. But one thing he's going to do is show some nuance and create some separation with his route. So first he's going to attack straight upfield, check. All right. So is this a go ball? Then he's going to take a hard rocker step outside, a double rocker step. Just watch it. Skipping around. And that separation is there. Makes that hard fake to the inside twice and creates that separation. Look at all that. That is completely from him. That is completely because of him. And that ball is a little bit late right there and a little bit to the inside. And watch him adjust to this football and give his quarterback a chance. And then create some more yardage after. Matter of fact, a touchdown. All right, so I always try to pause it at a moment in the film session that I like to give my 2 cents. And I think this is a good place to stop it. Xavier Worthy is first off fast, as we all know from this combine, but he has a lot more tools than what you would expect from that guy who's running a 4.21 or like John Ross, a 4.22. You get more from Xavier Worthy than a John Ross because he's a lot more nuanced as a route runner. He's not a guy that's just outrunning guys over and over again, and that's how he's getting things done. But he can do it for you. So I think this dude can play in the slot. I think he can play at the X. I think he can play pretty much all of the receiver positions. I think he can do it because he's able to get space at the line of scrimmage. He didn't face a ton of press coverage, but I think he can. I think he'll be able to combat that. And that speed is just going to put fear in a lot of defenders' hearts. So he's a guy that's tougher than you would expect too. They hand the ball off to him. He can go over the middle, take those hits. He can take those hits again as a runner out of the backfield. So I think he's a guy that can be a good player in the NFL. Now, is he going to be a superstar? I think Xavier Worthy is a guy that can be a really, really, really good, I mean, like top of the league kind of good, 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards receiver as the number 2 receiver. Now, he may end up getting the most yardage wherever he goes, but I think if he can have a guy who is a guy, like if for some reason he ended up on the same team as a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., which won't happen, but if he's the second receiver, like for instance, if Cincinnati lets T. Higgins go, and Jamar Chase is there and they need to replace him, Xavier Worthy, I'd be all over that. I'd be all over getting Xavier Worthy because if he's the second option and he can use that speed and he can use the speed at all 3 levels, the short level, the intermediate level, and the deep level, I think he can make a lot of noise in this league. And when I say second receiver, I don't mean any disrespect because I think this dude can be a Pro Bowl kind of player as that second receiver. So you all let me know what you think of him. Right now, I'm saying Xavier Worthy is a late first rounder, early second rounder, like the first 15 picks in the second round. If he's not gone, I'll be surprised because he does have that speed. He does have the hands. He's a lot further along than most would consider for a guy that's running that fast. Now, as far as me being a Giants fan and how he fits into the Giants, I would say he's a little redundant. He's not a big towering receiver. I think we do need that. Darren Waller wasn't able to really give us that consistently. But him and Jalen Hyatt out there and Darius Slayton out there would be ridiculous. If this dude came up and lined up in the slot for us, and then you got Hyatt, Worthy in the slot, and Slayton, you got a track team. And there should be a ton of big play opportunities. But at the same time, I think the Giants need that guy who can make big plays, but is also that possession kind of receiver too. The guy that can be your every down, go-to wide receiver no matter what. Can Xavier Worthy do that? Maybe. But again, I think the Giants probably need a little bit bigger of a body, like a guy like Keon Coleman, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, if possible, who it's not huge, but Rome Odunze, one of those guys I think are better fits for the Giants. But I would not mind Xavier Worthy coming to the Giants in round 2. Absolutely not in the top 10 picks. But again, folks, let me know what you think of Xavier Worthy. Do you want him on your team? Do you think he fits with your team? And where do you think he'll go this year in the draft? If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, Go ahead and join the D6 squad.